Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be discussing the lessons and takeaways I've learned from all the self-help books I've read. I'm pretty sure it's over 10 books. I read a lot of self-help books, yes, but also like just books based on like certain topics I'm interested in at the time. There are some books I remember a bit better than others given how recent I've read them. Okay, with that being said, let's get into the video. I'm gonna start off with The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, and I have my iPad for notes, so let's get into it. We'll be doing like a one sentence, maybe two sentence summary, or just read like one good line from the synopsis for each book because it's more than 10 books here, so I want to get through them. To make the journey into the now, we will need to leave our analytical mind and its false created self, the ego, behind. What I got from this book is that time is an illusion. Choosing to accept what is creates resistance. Playing past events keeps you stuck in time, and it keeps your mind in the past. Every event that occurred happened in the present moment, and all we have really is the present moment. Yeah, this book was very eye-opening. I think the part where it said refusing to accept what is creates resistance, and I noticed I was experiencing that. At the time I was reading it, I was refusing to accept the events that had occurred in my in the past, I want to say the past 2 years that happened. I experienced like family deaths like consistently, and I just refused to accept it. But once I started to, I noticed that things got a lot easier. Next book is The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Based on ancient Toltec wisdom, the Four Agreements offer a powerful code of conduct that can rapidly transform our lives to a new experience of freedom, true happiness, and love. The Four Agreements are: be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, always do your best. From what I remember reading this, I took away that our parents often give us agreements when we were younger without making us knowledgeable about those agreements and why, and also do your best. I did read this in 2022, so a lot of the smaller details are not catching up with me right now, but it's okay. It's still a good book. I do recommend all of these books to read. I will give my favorite books to read because I think there's over 10 books in this list, but I will just give you my top 5. Yeah, I'll give you my top 5 recommendations. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Discover how to reprogram your biology and thinking and break the habit of being yourself so you can truly change your mind and life. What I've got is neurons that fire together, wire together, and to create a new mind, you have to rewire the brain. And this is like actually scientifically speaking, when you repeat something, your subconscious picks up on it, and the more you repeat it, the more you reprogram your brain. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho tells the mystical story of Santiago, an Andalusian shepherd boy who yearns to travel in search of a worldly treasure. His quest will lead him to riches far different and far more satisfying than he ever imagined. Santiago's journey teaches us about the essential wisdom of listening to our hearts, recognizing opportunity, and learning to read the omens strewn along life's path, and most importantly, following our dreams. What I got, mainly because it was repeated throughout the book, was that when you want something, all of the universe conspires in helping you achieve it. It's repeated very often in the book. That's why I remember it so well. See, that repetition. All About Love by Bell Hooks. In 11 concise chapters, Hooks explains how our everyday notions of what it means to give and receive love often fail us, and how these ideals are established in early childhood. She offers a rethinking of self-love without narcissism that will bring peace and compassion to our personal and professional lives, and asserts the place of love to end struggles between individuals and communities and among societies. I've read this book twice. That's how much I love it. This is like my top book that I would recommend read. Everyone should read this book. It's so good and so insightful. I read it back to back in 2022 and then 2023, but I don't think I will be reading in 2024. I will revisit the book again, maybe somewhere down the line, but not this year. I learned that love is best considered as an action, and that love really is a choice. You have a choice in who you love. She also gives a definition to love, or at least she gives a definition to love, which is from another author's work, but I'm glad she included it. And here's how it is defined. Love is the will to extend oneself for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. She also gives 7 components of love, which are care, trust, affection, recognition, respect, commitment, and honest and open communication. A book on the taboo against knowing who you are by Alan Watts. To help us understand that the self is in fact the root and ground of the universe, Watts has crafted a revelatory primer on what it means to be human and a mind-opening manual of initiation into the central mystery of existence. I learned from this. To be honest, at first I was so confused by what I was reading. I think I had zoned out while reading this because I started getting confused, and so it didn't really add up until maybe like a week after reading, and I was like, okay, I think I understand what it's saying. But while reading this, I was doing my best to pay attention, is all I'm gonna say. But what I learned is that we're all connected, which I've been really understanding that more so this year. Movies and TV shows place an emphasis on good defeating evil, but in the book he explains that good cannot exist without evil, essentially. The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. The Artist's Way is the seminal book on the subject of creativity, an international bestseller. Millions of readers have found it to be an invaluable guide to living the artist's life. What I got from this was to spend less time consuming media like books, TV, social media, and more time creating it. And also morning pages. Morning pages are essentially writing 3 pages down in the morning, first thing when you wake up, and it's like a stream of consciousness. I really love it because I feel so clear throughout the day. And I would tend to recommend if you love journaling or if you are looking to get into journaling. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Learn the 6 ways to make people like you, the 12 ways to win people to your way of thinking, and the 9 ways to change people without arousing resentment. What I've learned is to remember people's names because it's like music to the ears. Always give sincere appreciation over flattery. Conversing with someone, always put the focus on them rather than what you can get out of the conversation. Polish Your Poise with Madam Chic by Jennifer L. Scott. Jennifer L. Scott passes on the lessons she learned as well as some of her own hard-won wisdom, addressing topics such as proper attire at social events, good grooming, communication skills, hospitality, and being a good guest, our interactions with neighbors and strangers, role models, self-discipline, and self-image. This charmingly illustrated, practical, and inspiring book full of tips, lists, and ideas is starting to start a new conversation about the timeless art of poise. My takeaways are practice poise habits at home as well as in public, and have good posture. There's more, but I do plan on rereading this. I was really interested at the time about cultivating poise and elegance in my life and just being a overall elegant and poised person. So I got the information. I have the book. It's really easy to get through, so I'll probably just revisit it at some point. Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Readers will learn that we are quite literally supernatural by nature if given the proper knowledge and instruction. And when we learn how to apply that information through various meditations, we should experience a greater expression of our creative abilities. That we have the capacity to tune into frequencies beyond our material world and receive more orderly, coherent streams of consciousness and energy. that we can intentionally change our brain chemistry to initiate profoundly mystical transcendental experiences, and how if we do this enough times we can develop the skill of creating a more efficient, balanced, healthy body, a more unlimited mind, and greater access to the realms of spiritual truths. What I learned from this book is that everyone has a field of energy that surrounds them. To create a new reality, you must put focus on it and feel it real. There are infinite possibilities occurring at the same time. A particle doesn't become real until you observe it. I did try some of the meditations and I did have a profound experience with the pineal gland meditation one specifically, and it was really cool. I didn't stick with it long enough to continue having it again, but that meditation, whoa. Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. In The Psychology of Money, award-winning author Morgan Housel shares 19 short stories exploring the strange ways people think about money and teaches you how to make better sense of one of life's most important topics. What I got from this is that different goals affect the way people invest their money. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Dr. Joseph Murphy explains that life events are actually the result of the workings of your conscious and subconscious minds. He suggests practical techniques through which one can change one's destiny, principally by focusing and redirecting this miraculous energy. Well, what I got from this, the subconscious mind takes your thoughts as fact. The subconscious mind is awake 24/7, infinite intelligence within you that can solve your problems by bringing the solution to you. You don't have to lift a finger to get what you want. All you have to do is assume the problem is solved or you have what you want, and it will unfold into your physical reality. All things are possible. Your bad thoughts manifest, which is why it is important to have constructive thoughts for your benefit. Atomic Habits by James Clear. No matter your goals, Atomic Habits offers a proven framework for improving every day. What I got is that if you focus on getting 1% better each day, you will be 37 times better in a year versus getting 1% worse each day, which you will take your progress down to 0. 4 laws to making a habit is make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. To make new habits, first figure out how you want to identify and show up as the person of your new identity. Repeating habits will make them non-conscious or performed without thinking. It is important to improve upon your skills and avoid stagnant growth. To analyze progress to see the areas of improvement that you need. Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. Feeling is the Secret shows readers how they can quickly attain their goals simply by refining their imagination. Your thoughts shape your life, create your reality, and ultimately limit or expand your true potential. That's essentially what I got. Your thoughts create your reality, which is very true, and I've experienced this intentionally and unintentionally. In conclusion, I recommend reading all of these. My top 5 will have to be All About Love by Bell Hooks, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy, Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza, Atomic Habits by James Clear, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. All these books helped me at the time that I read them, but like I said in the last video, I stopped being consistent with applying the knowledge. So that's why we're here. The latest book I read was Atomic Habits, which actually inspired me to take action to just show up for myself and who I want to be and be consistent with it. It's serious business because I have a habit tracker. That's all for today. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.